Hello, everyone. Welcome to the King of Anime podcast. I don't know why I did that. I'm still sort of minorly sick, so I don't know why I would waste my my throat like that.
Your breath?
Oh, that too. Can't never get your breath back. It's a finite source, as they say. This is the King of Anime podcast. We didn't do last week because I got sick last week, which is funny because I'm still technically sick right now. But this time I'm actually able to do the show. And when I say do the show, I mean partially do the show. I woke up late today. Was not the plan. I was going to wake up today, do a Vinland Saga video, and then, watch the anime and set up KOA. Well, and it was all doable. Well, alarm did go off, but it's like, how you roll on top of your phone and you don't hear anything? It was one of those situations, which is normally why I don't sleep with my phone on my bed. Because of that. But last night I did that, didn't think it would be an issue. Clearly it was. So I did not watch The Fire Hunter or To Your Eternity. In fact, To Your Eternity is not even in the show order because I forgot to put that in there as well. So you could tell my day has been going very well.
Time to fly to Tennessee, spank that booty.
Also, I made a mistake in one of my videos today. So,
what was that?
It's for Vinland Saga. I talked about, because I thought the ending of the newest episode of Vinland Saga, I thought, oh wait, Thorfinn was there when Einar did the thing, but it wasn't that at all. But to me, so I'm rushing through it. Well, I'm not really rushing through it. I'm just missing stuff because my whole day's rushed. Yeah,
kill him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kill me
You
now.
know how we kill shows? Time to kill off C.
Execution style. Let's do it.
You know what? Actually, that
My
sounds
best-
pretty. That sounds pretty sexy. Let's do it.
It's the best part of the podcast. We should just do executions on the podcast.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. For whenever we kill a show, we just put their head in the guillotine, and then they go out just like Peaches.
Fun fact: that was one of my original thoughts was to hire a person to do animations, and that would be one of the animations. Was with the killing was the guillotine, like coming down and.
That would have been so satisfying for Dachi Tsushimamura.
Whoa. See, you're not cultured enough. I would have never attended that execution. I'd have stayed at home.
Yeah, that is fair. Yeah, that is fair. Decrepit Storm says KOA equals killing off anybody.
Ooh,
I like it.
I do too.
Sean's here. How you doing, Sean? How you doing, Decrepit Storm? How you doing, Mace Windex? So early today, yeah. Satsu's got some stuff he's got to do, so we're gonna get through this really quick and really a lot quicker than typical shows where we miss a week and have to do a bunch of stuff.
We missed a week?
Last week, but
I didn't notice.
Usually when we miss a week, we have like a backup of shows we got to talk about. So, and those are usually longer. This one won't be 3.5 hours. I promise.
Don't worry, I've been practicing my auction voice.
Well, we talk about Trigun.
Kill twice. Kill. All right, kill it.
All right, so the usual rigmarole. EA Satsuki, how have you been doing this week?
I've been pretty good. I've these past couple of weeks I've been enjoying some animes that I've been watching. I usually give, like every new season, I usually give every new season a go as far as like a new show. Like I'll do the 1 episode thing or whatever. But yeah, it's some interesting stuff. A lot of isekais with boobs, and
Yes.
Apparently there's a farming anime, which, to be honest, I know we'll be talking about it later. Vinland Saga has more actual farming than the actual farming anime.
Got a lot of farming anime, and one's not the farming you're thinking of, but it's the best
Right.
one somehow.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. That's like it's like buying Farm Simulator and then like putting the disc in, and then like it's not a farm simulator. It's about a farmer who goes on like a revenge tour. It's like a Call of Duty shooter game or something.
This one's more of a look at how big their boobs are while I farm.
You know what? Not the worst.
I mean, that's how it is. Sometimes you go in there for the farms and then you leave for the murder. And sometimes, like Vinland, it's the other way around.
Decrepit Storm says Farmer John from AOT. Oh my god. That's what it's called. The game's called Farmer John 2023.
Top 5 character, by the way.
And also Decrepit Storm. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I did get the TikToks going, which, by the way, if y'all ain't following that TikTok and you have a TikTok, I'll drop the link so that y'all can follow it, because I upload stuff on there periodically, like a lot more than my actual channel.
Yep. So go check that out if you haven't already. As well, another call to action, subscribe. We actually just unlocked the community tab. We have that on this channel now, so definitely be looking out for that. That's going to be very useful in the future. And as well, at 500 subscribers, going to be switching to face cam. Woo! You can see our faces. Woo!
Yeah, you can
My
see the
face.
disappointment in my eyes as I talk about shows.
Yeah, and you'll get to see me whenever City Tactics does a long freaking panel. We'll be like, oh, he's doing another presentation, and then you just see my eyes roll in the back of my head and pass out.
The face palming will be amazing. So I guess with all of that preamble out of the way, let's go ahead and get into viewer questions. If you're not already familiar, we have a Google form in the description below, and you click on that and you can submit your questions, and we read it every week on the podcast. Our first question: have you ever refused to watch an anime even though you suspect it's actually good? If you did, why would you refuse? Are you mad? Watch it now.
Is this
Satsuki.
directed towards me?
I think that's directed towards
Satsuki.
Satsuki with JJK.
With authority, too. You should just say Sasuke. I feel like that's too specific. It's kind of vague while also being very specific because of like a glaring hole being left with Jujutsu Kaisen on our regular podcast. So yes, I have done that. I would say maybe 3 separate times. So wait, what was the second part of the question? If you did, why would you refuse? Are you mad? It's been many reasons. For one, I did it to prove a point to someone. The other time I did it because I made an ironclad declaration to myself. And the third part is just watch it now. No, I would not. But I do have a bet in place with somebody that if something happens in a manga that I would read Jujutsu Kaisen, that certain thing has not happened, and it's almost been, I would like a couple of months. So take that as you will. But it's a possibility I could read Jujutsu Kaisen, but that certain thing has to happen.
Damn.
And I guess as for me, I don't know. I probably wouldn't go out of my way to watch a sister-loving anime, just because I don't like that kind of stuff. And I know that there was one that was like really popular. I don't remember the fucking name of it, but it was like the brother, and then the little sister had blonde hair, and then there was like a love triangle with some other girl, and
So
then he
incest
decides
off
to
the
go
wall.
with the sister.
But EA is if it's have you refused to something that you suspect is good? Did you think that was going to be good?
Other people seem to freaking think it's great.
I think everybody acknowledges that's not a good anime.
Really? Well,
I think you're talking about Ori Mio or
Yep.
Ori. Yeah, that
Ori
one.
yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that one's pretty. Like, I think that one has like the title of being trashy.
Oh.
I know people will like watch it, but like the more people who are honest about it will say, yeah, stay away from the series.
Well, then I guess I wouldn't really not watch a show unless I'll always give an anime a shot. So I guess that doesn't apply to me then.
My Hero Academia. People say it's good. People talk its praises.
Me,
Yeah,
gonna
definitely
punch
you.
C.
But I'm just I technically I've already watched it. I watched it enough to know that I don't want to watch it anymore. That makes sense. So I refuse to watch the newest seasons. Now reading is, I may read it in the future, who knows. But as for watching the anime, nah. Doesn't wanna. Next question. Who would you spend the day with? Urza, Kurisu, Colin, or Yoko?
Oh, this is pretty easy for me.
I think I would spend the day with Kurisu, just because she seems really smart and intelligent. I'd learn a whole bunch, and then we could play games all the time.
It seems also too with the girls, like the theme is like the redheads. That looks like the theme.
Oh yeah.
I
That's
would
true.
go with Urza. Urza's, to me, on this list, like the most fun character. Colin's sort of a terrorist. Yoko is maybe fine, like outside of the whole, fighting to save the world thing, maybe. Sort of. Kurisu is cool too, but Urza's just, Urza would be a fun person to talk to.
I pick Colin, or not Colin, Kurisu. Fuck. Holy shit. Whoa. Kurisu, because of literally everything EA said. Like that's literally what I was gonna say.
We
Took the
could play
words
video
right out of my
games.
mouth.
We could play
Yeah.
Mario Party together, all four of us.
Yeah.
He just wants to stick his gooey banana in his mouth.
Oh my god, EA,
We know
how
Nazi
dare you?
tactics.
Wait, me? What? What did I do?
Keep your goo to yourself.
Next question. You have a panties machine like they have in Japan, but yours is
what?
magical. It can give
Do
you
we
the
still have
panties
those?
of any anime girl of your choosing. Whose
Have a look.
panties are you taking? I'm going
Wait, what
with
is the
Aqua's
question?
magical invisible panties.
Wait, you have
Oh.
panties, but it's magical. You can give your panties. You can give you. It can give you the panties. What?
How does
What
Light
is this
Roller,
question?
How does Light Roller come up with this stuff?
I don't like.
Where's his mother and father?
I don't know.
All right. You want to know the update?
What is the update?
Not really, but
No,
Go ahead.
it's actually good. So this used to be a thing 10, 15 years ago in the back alleys of Ikihabara, but now the law is so strict that they don't do sold used panties anymore, not in vending machines. The police have cracked down on them, so yeah, they're not a thing anymore.
yeah, that's pretty disgusting.
They used to be a thing.
So I mean, this is basically like this question is a roundabout question of like, what anime girl do you like, pretty much? Because what other answer would you give? So I'll just say, like, who is somebody that would be like clean? Who's a clean anime girl?
Definitely not Power.
Yeah, would not go with Power. Who is pretty? I had somebody in mind. Damn. Let's see answer first.
What? Why me? Listen, I'm not putting my towel in this one. This is
What?
weird. This
It's
is weird.
It's viewer questions. You have to do it.
It's weird. I'm not into
It's
women's
viewer
panties.
questions.
Not they look nice. I'm not doing anything. I'm not putting them on my head. I'm not Rudy. Not into it.
Okay. All right.
I'm getting
Go ahead.
somebody who's of age.
Well, yeah. That would probably be a good
Fubuki.
decision.
There you go. Give me Fubukis.
Oh yeah. That's a good answer.
Mace Windex says Ben would pick Lena, of course. I picked no one.
Oh yeah. True.
Oh
true,
God,
true.
I forgot.
True.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Next
Hello, my
question.
love. My
Directed
penis.
clearly
You
at
sniff
me.
'em.
Whoever wrote this is probably a Nazi. Who is the biggest liar? A, C tactics, B, sus tactics, C, dirty and sleazy tactics, or D, C testicles.
Oh my goodness.
This is a highly offensive question. The answer is none of them.
What? I thought it was okay.
So
The answer is, of course, C.
dirty and
True.
sleazy tactics.
No, as in C.
Yeah, just see.
Just C.
Next question.
Yeah.
What is an anime that has really high highs and really low lows in terms of its quality? You can only kill any. Oh shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So one question. What is an anime that has really high highs and really low lows?
Oh, I got this.
Ooh. Oh, you do? You
Yeah, I thought of it right away. It has to be Sword Art Online for me.
That's a good one.
The first arc, the first half of the first season is I'd still watch it to this day. It has some really high highs in there, especially when you get the dual wielding Kirito and he's just showing that he's just the best and just kills the monsters and shit. Really great stuff. The second half of season 1 though, oh, those are some low lows. Like just typical stereotypical insert villain here and tentacle innuendos there, and I don't know, it's just I've never seen a show just completely destruct in the second half more than Sword Art Online did.
Oh, you know what? I got a perfect answer. JoJo Part 3.
Ooh, that's a good one.
There was so many times in JoJo Part 3 where I was bored out of my mind. It felt like it was unwatchable at times. But I would say like the last 5 episodes are really, really great. So yeah, I think that fits the bill perfectly.
Dragon Ball Z, the original.
Oh yeah,
300 episodes of it'll have like 5 episodes that are like really good, and then it'll have 5 episodes that are filler garbage, or it's like mediocre, or it's like a fucking driving lesson. Like there is a lot of, in my opinion, probably more lows in the original Dragon Ball Z than highs. But there's just questionable stuff going on. And once you get past it, though, you get to see some of the most memorable stuff you'll ever see, especially if you're a kid. It'll stick with you forever. So
true. That's very true. That's a good one.
Next question. You kill any of these 2. Who do you pick? Shuko Lolly, Frederica, Bro, Kobeni, or Yamai?
Ooh, Yamai off like easy. Yamai easy. Shuko Lolly didn't do any wrong. Frederica didn't do anything wrong. She just has an annoying voice. Yamai and Bro.
Yeah, I think Yamai and Bro is the one. Sorry, Kobeni.
Shuko Lolly's been on my list for the past decade. So yeah, she's
hasn't even been out for a decade.
She's getting a dirt nap right between the eyes.
Oh my god!
And then of course I gotta go with Yamai. She's becoming a corpse by the end of this podcast.
Before we get into the next question, Decrepit Storm says, "Remember when you guys said you would spend 150 weeks watching Dragon Ball if you got $1,000? Is that still on the table?" For me, it is.
Oh my god,
For me, it absolutely is. I don't know about these two.
Well, he said Dragon Ball. He said Dragon Ball. He did not say Z.
So the original was Dragon Ball Z.
See, I don't know about Z.
But it was Dragon Ball Z Kai, is what I suggested.
I would be in pain. That's all I'm saying. If y'all want to hear me complain every single week, well, not every single week, but most of the weeks, I mean, I guess it will be on the table.
I could just imagine when we get into those Boo Saga sections. How the fuck is he eating candy?
Yeah, because I'm not going to hold anything back with Z.
You're literally making people want it. Misery? Yes, people love misery. How you should answer this is fuck no.
The answer should be where's my money?
Yeah, if someone does $1,000, I'm not going to hold everybody back by pushing back against it. I would just like to see someone be passionate enough to do that. So if it's at the expense of my suffering, I'll take the L.
Well, there you go. Next question: who would you spend the night with, Yoruichi, Tatsumaki, or Lucy?
Now, when you say spend the night, we're talking about, doing a sleepover and playing patty cake and talking about boys.
What? Okay, so
yes.
One of them is underage, so let's take that one out.
Oh, which one is that one?
Jiro.
Oh, I didn't even see Jiro. Fuck.
Yeah, she's...
My Hero Academia is out of sight, out of mind. I don't even register it when it's in front of me.
So, for me, this is pretty easy. Yoruichi. Pretty easy.
Yeah. Now, if it wasn't Tatsumaki but Fubuki, I would say yes. But yeah, Yoruichi would be cool. I'd be like, so, what's the best fight you've ever been a part of? And then we would just gossip all night. And then we'd play Mario Party as well.
I will say I think Lucy has the best. A lot of the fairy tale characters in general just have like a good personality outside of like a real personality. Not talking about fighting and stuff like that. They'll be actually cool people to talk to. So, yeah. But Yoruichi for reasons.
I would pick Yoruichi as well. However, I want to be the maverick, the renegade. I want to pick Lucy from Fairy Tail. She seems to be the perfect patty cake person. She would be great talking about boys having a sleepover. She'd have like a fucking big thing of popcorn. You just eat the popcorn. She'd be that good at it.
And then too, with her power, she has like her celestial keys, which brings about her like the other spirit beings who all have crazy personalities. So like literally you could have a party with Lucy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, I didn't even think about that, but now that you say that, I'm just saying she'd probably make us watch like really good movies too. She probably has really good taste in movies.
Maybe.
All right, next question. Who would you spend the night with? Inukai, Suma, Kurumi, or Uzaki?
Who's Suma again?
Suma, I'm pretty sure is the dumb wife from Demon Slayer.
Oh my god, it's the snot-nosed one.
Yeah. Yeah, Kurumi is from Data Live, which is the eye patch one that everybody wants to smash. Inukai is the bestiality girl. Uzaki-chan is just a regular college student.
She's 20 years old, but looks 12.
I'm gonna pick Uzaki because she got a big ass head.
Yeah, she does. That's not all that she has that's big.
She's got that watermelon head. I'm gonna pick Suma.
Really?
Yeah, because imagine all.
She's a crybaby.
She is a crybaby, but that's the point. Imagine how much fun you would have teasing Suma.
That wouldn't be fun.
When did you turn into a sadist?
It'd be hilarious. Like, oh, Suma, let's watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like, she would die.
It's
There-
like
there's
my
some-
dress up, darling.
Be some sort of catharsis I'd be getting out of this. So I'm picking Suma. Next question. Who would you spend the day with? Komi, Nobara, Ori, or Rin?
I like how we went from night to day.
Oh, all of these. Well, Reen and Hori the only ones that aren't underage. I gotta keep putting that out.
Would be boring.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
How about spend the day with her? It's like, hey, what's your name? That's all I would hear. It'd be boring.
I like Hori, but she's one of those violent Tsunade types, so it's Reen by default.
Nobara, too bad she's underage, but wait, what's Rin? Is she that Sindura?
She's the one that C likes the second most.
The
second
toe
most.
sucker?
Yeah, Tosaka.
Yeah, toe sucker.
Toe sucker. Okay.
Oh my God.
I'll go with Rin the toe sucker.
Listen, y'all fake Rin fans. I'm the only real Rin fan here.
What?
Okay? We don't call
suck her
Rin
toes?
Tosaka. We call her Rin Tosaka. She is from the Tosaka family, a family of very well-off
toe suckers.
mages. Mages?
For generations.
Not Tosa. No toe sucking allowed. She's powerful. She's like the best one. Literally like the best, probably the best one in the Holy Grail War.
She can suck the chrome off the toes.
No!
I like Elia better.
Elia's great too. I will give Elia's also somehow of age. I don't get that, but somehow she's of age too.
Elia being older than Nobara is funny.
Ilia is literally a child. I do not understand how they... I mean, I get it. Like, I understand the canonical reason. But, man, she's, like, clearly 12. I don't know how you cannot see a 12-year-old in that. But, Rin! Picking Rin. I'm the only real Rin fan here. She's an absolute sweetheart. Sure, she's a little mean. But, like, she's super nice. It, like, almost counters that pretty much immediately. Yeah, she's super smart. She knows a lot about magecraft. She could do like cool like mage tricks, like fucking kill a person. You know, cool shit like that.
And she likes to eat food that C prepares.
I would become the Shiro to her Rin. I would absolutely do it.
Ew.
What? How's that? Ew?
You know what? We know what that means.
That
Oh,
means you're gonna
Reed,
suck
my
her toes.
circuits are broken. Help
Oh
me.
my god. Sean Montague says, I thought Ilia was 10. She's 10 in Fate Zero. Fate Stay Night takes place 8 years after that. She's 18. At least in the visual novel. I don't know how it is in the anime. She could be younger in the anime, to be fair. Next question. Who had your favorite Avatar The Last Airbender tale of Ba Sing Se? Ong, Sokka, Toph, and Katara, or Zuko? What is this question asking?
Tale of bossing. I guess just like who had your favorite like narrative. I mean, I don't know why they keep bringing Avatar questions when we already said we're like kind of watch for Avatar. But to answer it, I will say, I would say Zuko. So D.
There you go. What about you? Oh, EA's not here. EA died.
Well, I mean, I didn't watch Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Well,
Sorry.
I don't know how to answer this question. It's been a long time since I watched Avatar. Next question: which character do you like the most, Gon or Killua? This is a hard question.
I take it this is Hunter x Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know Hunter x Hunter. Sorry.
Well, I picked Killua then. We're both, me and Sasuke are Killua gang. All the way.
Let me smack you. Come on. Say it now.
Killua.
That's better.
In episode 5 of Buddy Daddies, you will all be blown away. This is the prophecy. That is the next question.
What?
That's not a question. That's a statement.
So, this is
Buddy Daddies is going to blow us away.
This is
in
officially
episode 5.
The prophecy of Buddy Daddies. This is the weirdest combination of words.
All right.
Damn you, person that started this shit with the legacy of or prophecy of Vivi.
Hollow still does that. He still watch Vivi, and we're like, that happened 2 years ago.
Seriously.
Why do you want us to finish it now?
I already finished it. It's not worth it.
Well, next question. You are forced to make one of the following a permanent member of KOA. Which one are you choosing? Lolly, Furry, or Goblin from Goblin Slayer?
None of these are good options. Can we just cancel the podcast?
I say we add Sean.
Oh my god. So what if he's a furry?
Would not surprise me.
Well, there we go. We're adding a furry, guys.
Sean's the furry. It would not surprise me. I'm just saying.
I would add a furry based off the anime that I've been watching.
What?
Listen. I have to hold on. I have to find her character. Hold on. Pan for me.
Sean says which Sean? Sean Shimal. Of course, the only voice actor of Berserk. He voices Berserk in Berserk.
He's the one that paid C to talk about him every podcast.
The greatest voice actors of all time. When I say the greatest, I mean whatever the complete opposite of the greatest is, but pretty good. Decrepit Storm says, funny thing, after you guys mentioned the prophecy of Vivi a while ago, I went back and checked the episode where it first happened, and the person who made the prophecy now has Kazuya as their profile pic.
Kazuya from Rent-A-Girlfriend?
Maybe? Probably. Does that mean he
Okay,
wanted
so
I
vote for furry. Are we still doing that question? I'm sorry.
EAD. Okay. That would be on probably the best outcome of a furry for them to like these type of girls.
This one.
You're usually not going to get that tameness from a furry.
Oh. Yeah, furries are violent. They're like the World War III of kinks.
Oh, so we're not talking about the people that dress up?
They do dress up, yes. But not... You know what? It's not worth it. QRW6 says, what up, KOA? I finished watching Summertime Render on Hulu. Re-Zero levels of hype, but Steins Gate is #1 in time travel done right because they keep exploiting the looping, and screw Disney Jail. I agree. Amen to that one. Decrepit Storm says, yes, Serena girlfriend Kazuya.
Oh,
that tells
Lord.
you everything you need to know. Well, poor prophecy of Vivi guy. He will live in
and
infamy.
Decrepit Storm, thank you for always watching our stuff old and new.
This is true. Decrepit Storm. One of KOA's biggest fans. Might as well be half of the material.
Pretty much. Decrepit Storm is unofficially on a podcast.
All
I want
right.
to say we got the OGs. We got KRW6, Decrepit Storm,
That's what I'm saying.
and
KOA can retain viewers. We got it. We got this down. We gotta promote. So.
and then there was another person when we were watching Sunny Daddy or whatever it was called.
Sunny Daddy.
Sunny Daddy.
Oh, Sunny Boy.
Boy.
Yeah. Who was the one? They would watch Sunny Boy and then they would basically decipher it and be
Scarlett.
like, "This Scarlett Johansson." That's right. She said, "We haven't seen her in forever."
That's not Scarlet. Next question. You could bring 3 things from your life into an anime. What 3 things are you bringing?
This is easy for me.
Do they? Okay. If they don't function in that anime, then it's different.
I'm bringing my shotgun. I'm bringing my bullets for my shotgun, and I'm bringing. Let me see what do I have laying around. My shoes.
Ah, good one. All very good ones. You're going to be a naked man with a shotgun, carrying his shells with this hand and the shotgun in the other.
Oh, I ain't carrying it with my hand.
What?
That sounds like a cool title for an anime, though. Naked man with shotgun.
God, this is kind of hard. I'm gonna pick. I like almonds. I'll pick a bag of almonds. I'll take a bag of almonds with me. And then I'm gonna bring a half drinking bottle of water and chopsticks, but one of them is missing.
Okay, so I'm looking around my room to see. Okay, I gotta take the Switch. Gotta take the Switch dock.
Gotta
And
charge
then, yeah, and then socks. Gotta have socks.
There you go. There you go. Last question. What color panties is Satsuki wearing today?
Black.
Damn.
Are they lace?
They are not.
Okay.
Mace Windex asks a very important question. Was 2B from Nier Automata built anatomically correct?
Oh,
of course.
see, you know more than that than I would see, but she looks anatomically correct.
The answer is yes, 100%.
Okay. Perfect.
This is Yoko Taro we're talking about. The man loves his robot maids. So there you go. Let's get into our first show of the evening. For Nakama Club, let's talk about Code Geass, episode 1.
Such an amazing intro. I love that.
All right, so this was my pick for Nakama Club, Code Geass. I want to give my reason for why I chose it. So this originally was my favorite anime for the longest time until I rewatched Kill La Kill, and then that became my favorite, reigning favorite. But I've always thought about Code Geass as some of the moments I liked and some of the moments I disliked, and I thought to myself, when I claimed that this was my favorite, I was a teenager, and I always wanted to know if it would hold up now that I'm an adult and my taste, my plateau is more full, my tastes are a lot different. I just wanted to see how it would stack up, and I was always afraid to revisit it because I thought I was going to dislike it a lot more. And that could happen by the time we finish this show, but I thought the perfect opportunity to test that would be on this podcast. So for me, this is whole like taking a trip down memory lane to see how was kid or teenage Satsuki's taste back then. Why did you like this show? It's a test of that. So that's why I chose it. And then too, it was just due for a rewatch because I really like a lot of the moments in the show. So I think that will remain consistent. And also too, Lelouch is still going to be one of my favorite characters, I believe, by the time we end this off. And then also, good news that EA did not watch R2, so that makes me a lot more excited for future things we'll see. But the first episode, we see, first of all, we gotta talk about these clamp designs. Everybody's fucking look like they weigh 90 pounds, soaking wet. Like everybody look skinny. Like everybody can hula hoop with a Cheerio. Like it's amazing stuff. Amazing stuff.
Clamp, by the way, all female studio. There you go.
But yeah, I mean the designs are good. It's just them being freakily them being as skinny as they are just kind of freak me out. Always, but that's a separate matter. But first episode, we play chess metaphors, chess references. That's going to be a thing throughout the entire show. We started off the episode with some rich guy playing chess, and then Lelouch comes in there, beats him up, and then he kind of gives his whole world view on you know what's going on. Which that's probably what I should have started with. So yeah, here the British are bad people.
The British are coming.
Yeah, they don't call them British though. They're Britannia.
Yeah.
But we know who it's supposed to be.
Yeah, those damn Brits.
What you guys doing? Oh, come on here, you know. We're just going to, oh no, subjugate your entire human race, you know.
Yeah, strip you of your name, call you 11s. Like,
In it.
It's one thing to colonize an entire place, but they went the extra mile to demean the Japanese here.
Yeah, they called them a bunch of 11s.
And one guy even called them monkeys at some point.
Oh yeah, it's like newsflash: we're all descendants of apes, good sir.
I don't think he would have took kind to that. He'd have probably just shot you.
Yeah, I would have died. I wouldn't have lasted long in this world.
But yeah, the British are bad people. Japanese people are oppressed. And we have Lelouch, who is in a weird spot because he is Britannian. But as you can see at the start of Code Geass, he has a disdain for what has happened to Japan. So I wonder why is that?
I wonder where America is out of all this.
We're just chilling.
Yeah, it's like, Britain's just taking over all these places. They come over here. Hey, America, you just keep on walking.
Maybe it's like an Evangelion. Like the Americans are off, like making synthetic like mechs, human mech things. Maybe it's like that, and they're gonna like show up and just gonna like nuke the entire place.
My God.
So America's basically just a weapons maker country at this point.
Could be.
I could see that. We love our
It'd be
weapons.
funny.
Which that has to be talked about too. These mechs that they call nightmares, Sutherlands, different variants of the names. These are the weapons that they use to subjugate Japan, and they're pretty dangerous. They could clear tanks with ease. Clear out hordes of people with ease. Very nasty weapons. So, yeah, that's what we're faced with.
I must mention that it's nice to see mechs drawn instead of the CGI look. Don't get me wrong, I'm used to it by now, but like when I was watching it, I was like, oh yeah, I almost forgot we used to do that with mechs in anime.
Get ready for those angles, though.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, those cockpit angles. Those. When I was a teenager, let me tell you,
they definitely abused that whole thing. So be prepared.
Abuse is a word, and it may be used lightly in that context.
The Crepper Storm said, did the map at the beginning show America also being Britannia? I think it might have. I believe so as well.
Oh, so we're British now?
Yeah, we're Brits.
They didn't get over why didn't they couldn't get over the Revolutionary War? Come on, guys. We saved you in World War II. Can't you cut us some slack?
You know, it's just like, you know, you broke off, you know, and we took you back, you know.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I'll tell you one thing. You ain't gonna tax us. Oh wait, we're already getting fucked with taxes.
Yep.
So, like the main thing in this was that, aside from Lelouch, like what was running parallel to all this was terrorists taking some chemical weapon or what they believe to be a chemical weapon, poisonous gas, but turns out it's a beautiful anime girl.
Woo! C2,
and she's
sponsored by
magical.
Pizza Hut.
Yeah, sponsored by Pizza Hut.
I was just waiting for that to come out. Whenever she like broke out, you see her and her locks of green hair and everything. This girl
like
sponsored by Pizza Hut.
She gets like this magical girl transformation, and then the pizza just pops up, and then she's like, Pizza Hut.
Oh man.
Just looks right into the camera. You too can get this same pizza by calling. Oh shit.
I'd kill for some pizza right now, let me tell you what. I like this episode. I think this is one of the best first episodes an anime can ever have. It's iconic.
I agree.
You got the opening, which just like fits perfectly in. You got the ending, which also fits perfectly. You have the whole twist of, you know, Lelouch gaining his powers. Like Satsuki said, the chess references. It's a very good episode at just setting things up for what is to come in the next episode, which of course is also iconic. So yeah, I think this episode is, like, in my opinion, is the best, if not the best, one of the best first episodes ever.
Yeah,
I think it's
definitely up there.
Yeah, I think it's a really strong start. That's why Code Geass has always been thought of as one of these starter anime. You know, something that's like, it's supernatural, right? But it's not super weird enough to turn people off. And then for you to be like some starter anime, you had to have a really good first episode to catch people's attention who aren't necessarily anime fans. You know, it's like Attack on Titan is always mentioned as one of those. Code Geass, like I said, and I'm pretty sure others, like more like the battle shonens probably.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, tons of good Lelouch quotes. I think my favorite one, which you'll probably hear again, is when he says, the only people who should kill are people who are prepared to. I fucked that up. The only ones who should kill are the ones who are prepared to be killed. Pretty good quote.
Yeah.
Logical.
Yeah, he's a natural born leader for sure.
Yep, absolutely. And that's kind of what makes him stand apart in this series. He's so freaking smart. But yeah, that's for later. Any other thoughts on this episode of Code Geass? Because it is simple.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've all seen this episode of Code Geass.
It's cool seeing the dub again, because I remember in the mid to late 2000s, I'm like, all these voice actors, I remember them good and well. They were like in every single anime ever. And Johnny Youngba, she's he's having, not just back then, but this year, having a renaissance. That man, I'm happy for him.
Yep, generational
Great
talent.
voice actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all there is to say about this episode.
There you go. Next up on our list is, of course, none other than Buddy Daddies.
Oh shit. This was one that you picked, Sasuke, and
Oh, I thought
It
was.
is-
I thought you picked it, EA.
oh
No, it was me.
No, I
Oh.
picked the fire starter. Hey, the fire starter. I'm sorry.
Well,
But this damn show is, I'm gonna say this right off the bat. I've always felt like there's certain animes where they depict children incorrectly, or they depict them to where it's like, okay, yeah, a child would never say that. I feel like the child in this first 2 episodes in this series perfectly accurate to what a child would do. And I'm just like, eat your heart out, Anya. Anya's not a real 4-year-old.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take you out back, EA.
No, I'm sorry, I take it back. Ooh, that's a pretty little gun. Ah!
Look forward, EA.
Okay. Ooh, what a pretty scene. Pretty flowers. Oh shit.
yeah, this show has garnered a lot of comparisons with Spy Family, and probably for good reasons. This is pretty much just like Spy Family. I mean, there's little differences here and there, but
Yeah,
it's Spy Family. We're watching Spy Family.
I mean, like, that was the whole sell, like the sell of the show. At least like how I wanted to sell it to you guys. How I felt the synopsis made it seem like it was similar to Spy Family. But I will say that the charms of Spy Family don't really translate to the charms necessarily in this show. Because one of the things in Spy Family that makes it so great is the misunderstandings and why they exist. It's because they all lead different lives, with Yor being an assassin, Lloyd being a spy, and Anya being a telepath. Right now in the show, everybody's lives are too intertwined for them to have that same type of dynamic. Like, the little girl is just along for the ride right now. She doesn't have her own agency in the story thus far for it to garner the comparisons to Spy Family, at least in, once you stop talking about it in a surface level, because it makes sense now, because we're talking about spies taking care of a little girl that basically them being adoptive parents, so it makes sense. But once you really get down to what makes the shows work, I don't think the comparisons hold true. But like the charm of this show is just, well, I think what it does well so far is that there's some mystery going on with who are the little girl's parents, and like there being this narrative of like, okay, now we had to try to find her parents. So that's the goal right now. And since this is probably going to be like 12 episodes, we know it's not going to end up being that easy.
Guys, can you get me out of this hole already? I need to go to the bathroom.
What happened to you?
You guys put me in this hole.
Oh, you're alive?
Yeah, you buried me because you thought you killed me, and I tried to dig my way out, but I think I'm stuck.
You did a good job. I'll tell you what.
Can you get me out of here, please? I swear I'll take it back.
Yeah, we got you. In about
right.
2 hours. Okay.
Oh, son of...
Yeah, I'm not super sold on this show quite yet, just because I sort of had to rush through these first 2 episodes. so I can't speak too much of what I saw, but what I say is I love the atmosphere it has, where it's just kind of like a fun romp. It's just a family kind of comedy thing going on. This anime is absolutely, just in terms of the feel-good atmosphere, it's got that in spades. Whereas I feel like with Spy Family, I feel like there was a little bit of drama to it. This just feels like it's absolutely just about having fun and seeing the bright side of things, so to speak.
I definitely, the first episode, I was, I would say, I was kind of down on. I didn't really like the first episode. I thought the second episode was a lot better though. Especially like with the ending of it, because we had the weird assassin guy who finished the job that they botched. So yeah.
We also had the reason the girl is with them, which is kind of like very obviously set up, which is the whole had a one night stand, that thing. But what I like about it is that this anime confirms once again, yes, people do have sex. They do the sex.
Sasuke just came.
No, I was disgusted. That's my disgusted soundbite.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, stop having sex, people. Gosh.
But yeah, these are adults in this show. Oh my god, everybody. There's adults in anime.
You telling me you can have an anime outside high school?
I know, it's a crazy thing. Sasuke, calm down. I know it's a crazy thing.
You're lying. You're lying to me.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
Where's the culture festivals? Where's the person looking outside the window?
They're not
bullies.
In this, Sasuke, in this show they pay taxes and they have rent.
Oh god. And this is what you guys been wanting?
They also kill people too.
Oh my god.
You know, for a show involving, kids and dads and buddies, there's a lot of violence.
I mean, they straight up killed her father.
Yeah. Right in the face.
Like, they did it, and it's just, I feel like this kid should be like traumatized. There was like a gunfight right in front of her eyes.
I know, and she's like, yeah, Papa.
Didn't she find a gun in the second episode?
Yeah,
she did. It was unloaded.
She has to be like a strong ass kid. A gun is not.
Yeah, a gun's heavy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very heavy.
And she's like 4.
Heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, Papa, look what I found. And she's like holding it sideways, all gangster style and everything. I'm like, you could not do that.
I mean, Anya, I think in the first episode said she wanted a silenced pistol, so they should hang out.
Yeah. Anya. Well, you know what? I better not say anything more about Anya because I'll get thrown back into the hole.
Mace Windex says they can dodge bullets like nobody else.
Oh my god. That second, like, it happened in the first episode, but the second one was just made it worse. Like, everybody is Chisato in this anime.
All these freaking characters, like the villains anyway, are part of the Stormtrooper Academy. I swear to God, they can't hit the broadside of a barn. They just can't hit anything.
I can see why. I think his name is Ray, like the one who is very talks like this.
Yeah,
is done with the world.
He has video games.
Yeah, he just wanted to rush in. Like he doesn't want to do any type of finesse spy tactics. He just goes straight in every situation, and I see why, because nobody can fucking hit him.
Yeah, it's the hairdo. Whenever he goes sicko mode, he pulls his hair back and you see the shaved sides. You're like, oh shit, I can't hit him.
God, make some more aerodynamic.
QRW6 says, I'll accept these adults. I'll accept these adults and the ones from Velma. Velma HBO show is awful.
That's what I've heard. I haven't seen it, but I heard it tries to be very meta and everything.
In a season 2.
And is it really?
Supposedly a season 2 is in the works. But the issue is everybody keeps claiming to hate it, but then they watch it. That's the problem.
I think what actually is happening there, I think that's okay, first of all, you're correct. You're absolutely correct. But I think also there's a bit of context to that where it's people want to see the new zeitgeist awful thing to make fun of it, right? So everybody is watching it for the complete wrong reasons.
Hate watch.
Yeah, and then now it's going to get a season 2 and nobody's going to watch it.
Right, and it's like these shows wouldn't do so good if you stopped watching it. I agree. I don't watch shows that, are garnered bad. Why would I want to watch something that's bad? But I just listen to other people and see what they do and have clips on Twitter or whatever. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, or it's like Halo. Halo's getting a season 2. And it's
Wasn't that bad?
Yeah, Master Chief has sex with somebody.
I mean, doesn't he have sex with one of the girls?
He has sex with a Covenant spy.
Right.
He's a human, by the way.
That makes no sense.
Yeah. It's not like the Covenant's whole ideology is to exterminate every single race, especially the humans, because they believe the Covenant to be the chosen one for the mantle. But
it's almost as if they didn't know anything about Halo, and they just decided we're gonna make our show but have the Halo name attached to it. I hate that shit.
They told the actor for Master Chief to go out of his way to not play any of the games or read anything about it.
Ugh, that is
hilarious.
They did the same thing with Ellie's actress in the new Last of Us show, which I heard. Which I heard is pretty good.
I haven't seen it, but yeah, I heard the first episode is really, really good, and I might watch it later, but that's going to be hard for me just because it's like one of my all-time favorite games.
And what's funny is the Fallout TV series is coming out soon as well, and Todd Howard is working on that film, or that TV series. So
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
looking forward to the Gears of War one.
Yep.
And maybe God of War. I'm curious about that one. How they'll do that one.
Didn't know there was a God of War one, but if they do it right, that could be good.
Amazon bought it, which I'm a little iffy on because Amazon shows you never know.
All right, so I have a question.
Sorry.
I have a question.
All right.
Is Buddy Daddies going to be our new spot for us to talk about random stuff? Because we always have like a spot like that where we deviate completely and talk about random stuff. I forgot what it was.
Well, I mean, technically it wasn't until we read the chat. But I mean, maybe.
Could be. I mean, the Buddy Daddies is pretty simple. Even with 2 episodes, it's not too much to talk about.
It's a bunch of buddies being daddies.
Yeah. Buddies being daddies. But Ray's not a daddy. He's just a buddy.
Yeah, he's
well, he's the bottom.
Well,
the other guy's the top.
Okay.
So he's the
daddy. You think so?
Yeah.
You think he's a submissive?
Ray is absolutely a submissive. I think.
Okay, I can see that because he's very easygoing.
Yeah, I think the other guy's the daddy. I think he's the buddy and the other guy's the daddy.
The other guy's just more interesting. Kazuki, they're not giving Ray too much to work with because Kazuki has apparently, he had like a wife or a girlfriend or something that whenever he gets his checks for jobs that he keeps giving it to the bartender guy who's giving him jobs to do. I guess they're like researcher. And like I said, he's the one that's really taking care of the little girl Miri. So they're giving him a lot to work with. Hopefully they share that love with Ray because right now he's just a complimentary piece to everything. But yeah, where the narrative is taking us is these guys trying to find Miri's mother, but either she's going to be unfit to raise Miri, which that would make it a lot interesting. It'll kind of be like I don't know if you guys remember this movie. It'll be like how it was in Are We There Yet?
Oh my god, with Ice Cube.
Yeah. Like where I think it was that movie. I don't know if it was that movie or Are We Done Yet? Like by the end of the movie, they get to their dad's house, like their real biological father's house, and he's a piece of shit. And like Ice Cube basically becomes their stepfather by the end of it. They could do something like that.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it depends on what state the mother is in, whether she's dead, unfit, or doesn't want to take care of her.
Or undead.
She's already okay. Yeah, she could be a Zombieland Saga. Which she's already a bad mother without us meeting her, because she sent this kid on a mission to find her dad, who is some like
random
mafia guy. And she just sent her on her own.
Right.
Like,
no
what?
directions, no, just here, get on this train, get on this plane, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like this kid is lucky to be alive.
Seriously. Yeah. That
He
kid
bad
could have
mom.
been roaming around with his shotgun.
Wait, thought EA just killed lollies, not now it's just little girls.
I want to say children are different. See, children, I understand why they're the way they are. Lollies are supposed to be grown asses, and then for some reason they're 3 foot. So they deserve to get their necks broke.
Well, there you go.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Are we going to be talking about the Fire Hunter and 2 Year Eternity?
I mean, I watched it. EA.
Yeah,
Dude.
I watched it.
I mean, we could. I don't really have that much to say about Fire Hunter, to be completely honest.
Same. It was very slow.
I honestly don't know what to say about Fire Hunter.
I mean, okay, I guess here's our section for Fire Hunter.
All right.
It's very story heavy right now. Like, it's basically just talking about the Fire Hunters, how the village got used to all these creatures that dealt with fire, what the world is like now after the effects of these fire demons, and the only thing we know is that this little girl, I guess, got a fire hunter killed just by standing there. But they had a dog and a scythe, and she's returning it to something, which I'm just like, huh, okay, that's interesting. It's gonna take her 2 years, 2 to 3 years to do all this, and I'm like, I don't really understand why the mother. No, well, I guess she has no parents, so I guess it's like an aunt or something. Why she's just like, go ahead, we'll see you in 2 years, bye.
It's interesting. The world building and everything is intriguing, because like people can't even, just them being near fire will make them spontaneously combust, and then it can spread like wildfire to other people. So they had to be careful with how they wield fire, and it seems like everybody's like very heavy on tradition, because they had like this paper or something that Toko was supposed to get that they didn't want to initially give her, but because the aunt pressed them on how the gods would basically look down on them if they made her unprepared for this journey, and that made them give in. So it's a lot of interesting world building and everything, but it's not really too much to say outside of that, to really expound on, because you didn't really get much from the characters.
Yeah, and then we were introduced to another character who I guess was a father with a little girl who was sick inside a city, it looked like, and then it just kind of ends right there. So I'm just, it's a lot of a lot of we don't know what's happening yet, but I have a feeling it's going to probably take a couple episodes before we understand what's happening, and then we'll go from there. But it's not awful, but at the same time, it's just kind of one of those where it's like, I wonder where this is going to go right now. And
I'm getting Sunny Boy energy.
I was going to say the same thing. I was saying I hope it doesn't end up being as confusing as Sunny Boy.
I hope not. I mean, Sunny Boy, where's Scarlett Johansson? We need to have her back. But I hope not. But
okay, so what about To Your Eternity?
To Your Eternity. I don't know about you, Sasuke, but I am actually interested in the show again.
I already told you last episode I was interested in.
Yeah, these last 2 episodes where they basically are just kind of like preparing for the Knockers to come back, and we're introduced to new characters like a soldier and the guy who's with has an infatuation with the princess.
Mm-hmm.
I like those characters. I'm like, finally some interesting characters. Peaches, get out of here. I can't stand him. Like, I can't believe he's still around.
The more they show, well, I don't have an issue with Tasty Peach, but the more they show him interacting with like people in his family, the more I go, why was that fake out death necessary? He's still functioning in the family and other places the same as he would. The only difference is he doesn't have the ambition to become the king. So did they use that entire thing just so he wouldn't say, I'm going to become the king? Was that just to kill his motivation for that?
I guess, but also to kind of throw off the other villains of the show, the church, I guess. But and then he fell in love with Chair. You know, that's really it.
Yeah, well, Leia, pretty much all that we got in those 2 episodes, like you said, was us preparing for the war with the Knockers, having the 3 people who are probably going to end up dead.
Probably, more than likely.
Yeah, that Fushi is going to end up using their bodies as vessels to fight with. Which I wonder what, like, those 3 on their own, like doing what they're doing is fine. Like they all have their roles, but I wonder like what their bodies would add for Fushi, because their minds are different. When he transforms into people, it's not like he thinks like them, you know. So I wonder what they would add physically to Fushi's arsenal.
Yeah, I don't know, but Fushi is finally using the giant bear transformation, but just to knock down buildings.
Yes, we're building houses.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that he's going to use the whole. I have a feeling the whole town's going to be built or destroyed and then rebuilt because of Fushi, and he's going to use the town somehow against the Knockers. I'm not too sure how he's going to do that, but something's going to come of it.
Well, what's going on so far is that with all the houses that he's building, he'll be able to be at many places at once and basically create clones of himself in any given area. He doesn't have the entire city yet, but just him having domain over a good spread area of this city is really good. And 2, because he can use clones, I don't know if it's been tested, but if the Knockers try to take the clones, will they actually get that person that Fushi is using? Because if not, then this fight just got a lot easier.
Yeah. So it took 11 to 12 episodes, but now it's finally getting interesting again.
Yeah, we'll probably start fighting in 2 more episodes, in my estimation.
Yeah. That should be interesting.
Well, Light Roller asks, wasn't Tomo-Chan is a girl on the list? What happened to it? I locked it in as a gag thing. Like, I don't think the show's bad or anything. but I just did it as a gag. And we were covering so many shows, and we're already covering so many shows where I was like, well, this is ixnay on that. It's not a show these guys would be interested in, I don't think, anyways. So,
I did watch the first episode, though.
Can I say? Well, okay, you say something about it, EA.
So all I did was watch the one episode, getting myself ready for last week, but that didn't happen. It's I don't know what to think of it. It's just pretty much, she's a tomboy. Yeah, it's a rom-com. She's a tomboy. She does the physical violence stuff that we've seen in animes before. Kind of a little different in this way because, the girls always do the physical violence, but she's like, it kind of fits her character, like she's, her parents apparently like taught her how to fight, and so she's like a physical like Adonis. She could fight. It's not like Baka and then the guy goes into the sky or anything like that. But just based off the first episode, it was all right. I guess we would have had to have kept going to see what would have happened, but it wasn't terrible.
Yeah. I didn't finish the second episode, but I was almost finished. I was like maybe 5 minutes away from finishing it. I like this show. I really like this show. You know what? I probably wouldn't like it as much as if I didn't read this other manga that has a similar premise as to a love interest being confused with a different gender, which is honestly is frustrating because it's like, come on, Tomo's obviously a girl. Do you not see? Do you not have eyes? Do you not see the boobs? Do you not see the skirt? But from what I surmised from watching a little bit of the second episode, what I get from it is that June is not a misunderstanding, that he doesn't understand that she's not a girl. He just doesn't want to acknowledge it for some reason, or he doesn't want. What I think is going to end up being is maybe he just wants to keep the status quo of them being friends or something. Maybe he doesn't want to hurt her, whatever reason. But yeah. I don't think it's like that stupid misunderstanding that it seems to be from that first episode. That's just my opinion on it. Yeah,
he spanked her right on the butt.
And then he like tickles her.
Yeah, he's like tickle, tickle, tickle.
That's not something you do with your bros.
I know. I don't do that with my guy friend. I mean, that's like something you would maybe do in like elementary school or something. But
yeah, that's like children.
I'm just surprised you guys enjoy it. I thought you guys would kill it like in the first week.
I mean, like I said, it's not terrible. I don't know. I was expecting something really bad because you're like, you guys are going to kill this. And I was like, it's not bad.
I would say I don't know how fun it would be to talk about in a podcast, but I mean, like I kind of have like this little thread thing that I'm doing on my server where I'm like, I've been posting a lot of screenshots of it. I've been having fun. I will say Mizusu, that's my girl. I knew I was going to like her as soon as I saw her. And so far, love her.
Oh, is that the one who's Tomo's friend?
Yes.
Oh, I gotta say something about her.
Waves.
The part where, I don't know, Misuzu says something to June, and he does it. The only way he can like react to her is by taking her scrunchie and throwing it. That is such a childish thing to do. I swear.
I like how she just being like super menacing. Just like it's one episode or at the second episode, he just like flicks her.
Oh really? Like the forehead flick?
Yeah, pretty much. She's a fun character.
Well, on to the next show. Very important one for us at the very least, because we just watched the original on this show, Trigun Stampede, episodes 1 and 2. What did you guys think about this one? This one, of course, is very controversial because of the dreaded 3 letters. CGI. We can't like it now, Because it's got those 3 letters attached. What'd you guys think?
Who gonna tell them first?
I'll say something. What? I think the CGI looks really good. I don't think it's bad. It's definitely different. When I went into this anime, I thought this was gonna be some type of prequel.
That's what I thought as well.
I thought it was gonna be about more focused on Vash and Knives when they were younger and everything. I didn't know we were gonna get introduced to Meryl right away, who, by the way, doesn't have Millie. Have some fucking drunk piece of shit in place of Millie, which makes me upset. Bring back Millie. But
Gun Millie.
I love Millie. She was a great character, and now we get some drunkard just like
His name-
yo-ho, bottle of rum.
His name is literally Roberto De Niro.
Oh, are you serious? Robert did.
His name is Roberto De Niro.
Yeah, that's great. But
I thought that was pretty funny.
still, I miss Millie. But what was I going at? Yeah, so it's not a prequel. It feels like a reboot.
It's a retelling, pretty sure.
Yeah, it's a reboot. I'm like, okay. Because I was confused by the whole thing. I'm like, Millie wants to be a reporter now, and she looks like she's like in high school. But once I finally like established, okay, this is not a prequel, it's a reboot, I was able to enjoy it because I was confused the first episode. And yeah, I don't hate it. I mean, I think, especially if they do it right, and because that was one of the biggest problems I had with the first, the original Trigun, was the story between Vash and Knives. I always felt like that was rushed. We barely talked about it, and it wasn't hardly ever there. If they could like do that in this series and focus more on the relationship between the two brothers, I think this could be a really good show.
They already established him as a more, or like they already like forbade his actions in the story already,
Right.
with the red plants. They didn't explicitly say that was Nas, but it's Nas doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've already done a better job, in my opinion, of showing you the crumbs of Knives and being the big bad guy, because Knives he's there in early Trigun, but it's not until a certain point with Legato that it's like, oh, okay, this guy's the main villain. Okay. But
I wonder if Legato is even going to be in this series.
Might not. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think he's absolutely going to be in it. Absolutely.
I mean, I will say I came into this show with low expectations. I echo what EA said about just like the CGI looking good and everything, but I came in here thinking I was not going to like this because it wasn't going to be Trigun. And guess what? It ain't really Trigun. At least the one that we watched. But it is fine. In fact, it's great. I too was not happy that Millie wasn't in it. I was, where's Millie? Where's Millie? But they're bringing in a different dynamic. First, by changing Meryl's like occupation from insurance person to reporter. I actually think that's a better reason to have them stick around with Vash than the whole insurance thing.
For an Ardelian Insurance Society?
Yeah. I feel like that fits better than being reporters. But yeah, like they're bringing a different dynamic with this with this robber guy, because
Robert De Niro.
Yeah, what they're going with this whole thing, in my opinion, is gruff experience guy who's seen it all with this
Clearly,
upstart.
He's drinking.
Yeah. With this upstart, eager, energetic Meryl. I think it works. I think it will be a cool dynamic, and I'm interested in it. it's definitely different than Millie, but I mean that was the intention going in. They're doing their own thing, and I have to respect it. If they tried to make him like Millie, and he just wasn't, I think that would actually be worse. So I'm glad they didn't try to emulate Millie. They just made a different character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Go ahead, Z.
Well, for me, I went into this expecting the world. To me, this is one of the premier animation studios in the world right now. I think they're like, I will give myself a pat on the back. I said it before, I'll say it again. I always sung the praises of two studios, Mappa and Studio Orange. These are my two studios. These are the ones that, I was there when Land of the Lustrous came out. I was there when Inuyashiki came out. I've been supporting them since the year 2017, and I've always said that they are doing amazing work. So my expectations are still extraordinarily high. Like I'm seriously expecting, me personally, I will be disappointed if we're not getting masterpiece quality. And that's just because of the studio. This studio doesn't just pick up work willy-nilly. They're like KyoAni. They fine-tooth select the anime they want to cover, and when they cover it, and when they make stories on it, they're not just making animation. They're not just like, trying to adapt the manga 101. They're doing it very, very, very thoroughly and artistically. They have their own identity. The studio is a very important studio as well, because they're using CGI in a way that nobody has ever used it before, at least in terms of the medium of animation. Or anime, Japanese animation. I think the changes they've already made are really good. I think if by the end, it's a good show, I think it will be actually even better than the original. And I think already it is sort of better than the original. And the two
has a better start for sure.
Way better start. And the reason for this is because I think the idea of taking what is originally the twist of the original series and making that the first episode is actually better, because now they are able to explore the themes of Trigun and the space western stuff. So they're now able to explore that technology much more and not try to hide it from you. They're openly embracing it. So I think that makes for a more interesting dynamic in the show. As well, I think the way they changed Meryl, way better than the original already. I think insurance agents from the original show, if you compare these two, a lot of the complaints of the original was what is Meryl is dumb. That's literally Vash Meryl. Come on now. So they got rid of that. She immediately identifies this guy as Vash the Stampede, but she's in disbelief, but not of his identity, of who he is. Is he really a bad person? Is he really not? Are the things that they say about Vash actually true? I'm gonna give this guy a fair shake. And that's Meryl's character. Jury's still out on Roberto De Niro, but I don't think he's some spit in the face to the fans of we're not even gonna put in Millie, fuck you. This is clearly, they're just going in a different direction. Roberto De Niro is probably for a very good reason in this role, and I think we'll probably be seeing the reasons why he's in this role pretty soon. And I think we're going to hopefully get this guy his own unique identity, besides just being a drunk former detective or whatever he is.
I feel like what they're going for is, to me at least, if this feels more serious than Trigun was, the anime. They still have, they make Vash, so there's still like gags of him, like, you know, he was like doing the dance moves, dodging a bullet, stuff like that, him crying and all of that. But I would say that it feels a lot more, we're going to create a narrative rather than just, you know, throw a lot of gags at you, which not saying the gags were bad. It made Trigun what it was. Lighthearted, but you know, when it's serious, yeah, it's you're gonna feel it. And maybe that was the reason why they wanted to get rid of Millie, because as much I love Millie, and she has a lot of great insight, more than Meryl, more often than not. But a lot of times the way they would use her is she's supposed to be the quote unquote dumb one, so she makes a lot of dumb jokes, but that doesn't seem like what they're going for with the dynamic between Meryl and Robert De Niro. I can't get over that.
Yeah.
QRW6 says, what if Roberto is Millie's dad?
That's very possible.
That'll be actually really interesting. If they pull something like that, I can't lie, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah, I'm really curious to see where the show goes. I remember what I was gonna say, but you already brought it up, C, was that Millie from the very first episode, or sorry, not Millie, Meryl from the first episode was like, yeah, that's Vaster Stampede, holy shit, did we find out why he has the bounty on his head? I wonder if it's gonna be for a different reason, or if it's the same thing, to where he destroyed the planet or something.
They were talking a little bit about it, which they finally gave it like a name. It's the July government, which is after him, which is another change I think is really nice. We don't know why he has the $6 million double dollars on him, but I imagine it's either probably going to be the same or something Knives did.
Yeah.
Well, oh yeah, that was also another thing too, of them saying, like, Vash saying some of the stuff that's been going on is because of Nas having his identity and doing it. Which, yeah, I don't think that happened in original Trigun. Like, Vash got his bounty on his own because he was, you know, misunderstandings, destroying towns, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, no, Nas did destroy that one city. But I think that was one of the only instances that we saw something like that.
Well, I think it's going to be really interesting the way they go about doing all of that, because that, like, I'm just interested to see what their take on Trigun is, because I think this really just feels like we're watching Trigun, which is the craziest part. So I'm excited for it. But episode 2, however, the Nebraska brothers are back. They put them in, and
yeah,
and
they're
the Nebraska brothers. Like, one
is a little smaller,
but
I was gonna say
smaller than I remember.
He used to be the size of the freaking Hulk. Now he's just like a little bigger.
See, that's what I mean. What, like, they cut down on some of. I think his size was a joke in of itself. Like, look at this big Hulk guy that's taking orders from this wacky scientist. But here they you know, he's still big. You still don't want to punch him because he's going to probably kill you. But yeah, he's not the size of an entire city.
Yeah, and they I like as well all of the mothers. They had grease guns and Colt M1911s. I thought that was a pretty nice little touch.
One was pregnant.
Wait, Steve, how do you feel about the pregnant
Rosa?
MILF?
Oh my god, Rosa's great, dude. Holy crap. She's like, I'm pregnant. I need to take care of my family. So I'm going to go right up to one of these Nebraska brothers here, and I'm going to put my gun in their face. I'm going to say, go away. Stop it. Dude, she's got balls. Lady balls.
Lady balls.
She was going to kill one of the father Nebraska, until he's like, my son.
Yep, and then she was.
Which-
Yep, it was really nice.
They made him more sympathetic. I'm pretty sure how he was in the original.
He's
he was
crazy
just,
in the original.
Yeah, literally just wacky scientist, crazy guy.
Yep, they kind of, the Nebraska brothers, they kind of, had a little bit of a dynamic going on there at the end. So I just like, also I like Rosa's motivation for chasing after Vash. It wasn't something random. It was like, I have a family to provide for. Yes, you are a good person. However, I've got to make ends meet. I got one on the way, and there's other people in this village or this town that we got to take care of too. So sorry, but we got to do this. Rosa's right.
They were saying like the 6 million was like enough to cover a new plant for them to purify the water, because the water was very dirty. So yeah, interesting stuff.
That literally the first episode, people are after him, because I always felt like that there was, not to say that they weren't in the original Trigun, but he always traveled city to city, and there would be some cities that would know that it was Vash's Stampede, and they'd be like, yeah, go on ahead. You have a $60 million double dollar bounty on your head. Who gives a shit? They right away, as soon as they found that out, were after him, and I was like, that is more realistic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just think a lot of the changes here just make, I don't know how to describe it. Like, the original is still, legendary and stuff, and still a masterpiece, but it's like the best way to describe this is they modernized Trigun so far. And it just feels good.
You know what's also great? Vash doesn't have unlimited ammo.
No, he doesn't. He actually, it's quite
needs
opposite.
Bullets.
He needs bullets, yeah. Like
a bullet is 2 slices of pizza.
Yep. That's a very Vash thing to do. So like they get it. That's the thing with Studio Orange. They get it. Whatever they cover, whatever they're talking about, whatever they're making, they don't just do it. They study it. They understand it. They try to be respectful. It's so good. Love Studio Orange.
I am in agreement.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. Well, I thought it was a prequel, but it wasn't. But now I'm more invested now to see what happens.
I got chills at the end of the episode 1 where they show Nas and he's like, right, Vash?
Vash.
Chills. Yeah, I really like that scene. Hey, that's what I mean. They're already setting him up to be that guy.
Yeah.
Even though I think Nas was he was fine as a villain, he didn't have the same presence as Legato. And I think part of that reason is because he only had a true appearance towards the end of Trigun.
Well, do you think they're gonna have Valley of the Demigod Tree Man again? Remember that guy? Remember the Valley?
I feel like
the saxophone.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
He might still be there, but he'll definitely be better. He has to be better if he's still there.
Oh man, I can't wait to see what they're gonna do.
I feel like a lot of those villains will be cut out, or at least more expanded on. But I would definitely. I want to see my girl again, whatever her name was.
Millie?
No, well, Millie too. But the illusion girl.
Yeah, with the hat and the coat and the eye patch.
Yeah.
Cool.
McGrady.
There you go.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Well, let's now get into Vinland Saga, Season 2, Episode 1 and 2. Bro, we waited since... I've waited years now, since 2019. No one even locked in this show. That is how old this show is. Like in terms of like shows we covered. Like I don't think we've covered like a show with a 3-year gap at all like this. So nobody's locked it in. It's just a random lock-in that we all agreed upon years and years ago. So, but it's finally here. Vinland Saga Season 2. From what I understand, people call this one Farmland Saga. So
Farmville.
I'm ready for, you know, I'm ready for Walking Dead Season 2. That's what I'm ready for.
No. It is not Walking Dead Season 2.
I actually like Walking Dead Season 2. I think that's a great season. But it took a while
It's
for
good
me
too. It's good to a point.
Jane.
I don't know. That was a terrible setting.
Terrible setting, yes.
I was tired of the old man complaining. You guys are horrible. How dare you kill people? The world has gone to shit and everybody's zombies. Give me a break. And then he ends up dead himself. So it's like, there you go, you idiot.
Well, I was more thinking about the Shane storyline, but yes, you bring up that too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Shane was...
He got killed way too quick.
Everything involving Shane was good, but oh man, there was so many slow moments. That felt like the Namek arc of Walking Dead.
Yeah. That middle portion was not very good, but I liked everything else.
I wish we could have had Shane versus the governor. That would have been interesting.
That would have been, I would have fucking... They shouldn't have never killed Shane.
That's what I'm saying.
Shane would have just killed him.
Shane,
I believe it.
If Shane was alive, that show would be even more popular than it was.
Yeah. Such a shame.
So yeah, Vinland Saga Season 2. What did you guys think about these first 2 episodes?
Oh, I'm going to be the one to sit back. I'm sitting back on this because I already read this, so I want to hear y'all talk about it.
This series is super fantastic. The first episode when I saw it, I was just so immersed in everything. The music, the way that everything looked, the voice acting, the animation, the story. Oh, everything was just so perfect. And I remember, it came all back to me. I was just like, I remember why I love Vinland Saga. I have a feeling this show is going to be anime of the year, if not the season, for sure. Yeah, the first season, we're basically introduced to new characters, new other peoples, and then it also kind of reintroduces us back to Thorfinn. He's a fucking slave now. Him and this new dude, what's his name?
Einar.
Wait, what's it? Reinhard?
Einar.
Oh, Einar. Okay. Yeah, he's an interesting dynamic too, because from what I gathered, Einar, he has the will to fight and he's, keeping himself alive. While Thorfinn, he's lost it. He lost it as soon as that old man died. He was like, well, guess I'm gonna sell myself into slavery. How did his ass even get into it? I'm sure it'll explain it in future episodes, but man, his uncle was looking for him too. Just missed him. So
Good
sad.
old Leaf.
I know. But overall, yeah, these first 2 episodes were great. We got introduction to a new character. We got introduction to them being slaves, and even though it is about farming, as you say, I still think the story is great, and it's everything that we wanted in a show and more. It's like this is definitely one I'm going to be looking forward to a lot, because as soon as it ended today, I was like, I want to keep watching.
Yeah, this show's so good. So very good. How about that opening, though? Your boy C-Tactics, he watched the opening. And not only was he amazed by the opening, he also watched the ED, too.
I like the last opening better. but it's good. The first season's opening was killer, though.
You mean the first one?
The first one.
Okay.
That was amazing.
I like the second one better than the first one.
The second one's pretty good, but there's something about that first one, though. Da, 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 da.
Paid my dues. I
Sink or
sold
swim.
my soul.
Yeah, and then he just goes crazy at the end, just get us on. Ah!
Chills.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
I like this introduction of Einar in this. It's weird because like I love Thorfinn to death, but I almost was looking more forward to how like who Einar is, in his character. And oh wait, in the chat we have
Hey,
Thorfinn.
we got Slave Boy. How you doing?
Thorfinn.
When did they allowed you to get on the internet?
You better go back to sleep before your master finds you.
Well, yeah. So it's really weird. I think the one I was introduced, or the one that I was interested in the most with these first two episodes was Einar. Which after the last episode after episode 1, I was like, oh man, I can't wait to what's Thorfinn's opinions on all of this? Like, where's he at right now? And then once again, episode 2 came around. I'm like, oh, Einar, though he's pretty cool. Thorfinn, he's different this go around. He's much more.
He's broken.
That's the best way to put it. He doesn't say much. He doesn't express much at all. He's totally different from the way he was before, because the way he was before was super passionate and just like a ravage or a savage animal, dude.
Yeah, he had his drive, he had his purpose, and then that got taken away from him.
It did, and now he's here. He's a slave, which is kind of appropriate in a way, but not in the way you want to see Thorfinn be a slave. Like this guy should be free, right? He should be. He's
suffered so much. He just shouldn't be a slave.
He needs a hug. He needs a hug. He needs to go back to his family. God damn it, leave.
He needed to go on that boat with his uncle, but he was too fucking stubborn.
Yeah. Poor young.
I know, but yeah, Einar. He still has that will. You can tell he wants to punch some dudes in the face, but he can't fight. So I'm thinking maybe Einar and Thorfinn can kind of work something out, because Thorfinn can fight, Einar can't, but Einar has the passion and drive to live, and Thorfinn doesn't.
Well,
I think they'll definitely work from each other.
I agree with that. I think though my expectations going in was like Thorfinn was going to teach this guy to not be angry anymore. But I think it's going to be Einar is going to teach Thorfinn to just like, I don't know, like help him rehabilitate and be himself, more of himself again.
Yeah.
I think that's really, it's going to be Einar that benefits Thorfinn the most. And hope to God Einar doesn't die. I would cry.
Yeah, that would suck. Well, I wasn't expecting the family to die in the first episode. Like the mother, I'm like, okay, mother. Then the sister just she was willing to. She's like, you ain't gonna take care of me, and then just slice.
Yeah. You know, in anime, I'm accustomed to the chest slash to be nothing more than like the bridge of a fight. So when they did that, I'm like, oh, she's gonna get back up. I was like, no, this isn't Dragon Ball Z.
She didn't get up, see?
she dead. She's super dead. I didn't honestly, I didn't expect either of them to die. Just because at the very beginning of episode 1, they were like, we went through so much. Like, our village was torn down and burned. And look at us now. We're prospering again. Because that whole message was like, sure, but like, sure, a bad thing happens, but if you persevere, you can get through it, and now you're better off than you were even before. And it's kind of what the mother was saying. So I was like, oh, well, this is like, we're going to be following these 3. I thought they would be like turned into slaves or something. Like that's, but it totally went in the Vinland Saga direction, which is death, murder, kill.
At least a third of them made it into slavery.
Yeah. Yeah, this is true. At least Einar is still alive.
I want to add this because I don't think I had this interpretation until watching the anime, but Thorfinn and Einar actually kind of parallel to each other in that they were in this situation, of course, with Thorfinn, the passing of his father, Einar being taken away and eventually sold into slavery. They had something like that, a very traumatic experience that sparked unbridled rage within them. We saw how that crushed Thorfinn and him continuously challenging Aslak to battle. And with both of them, they were in this like powerless situation. We're already starting to see like Einar still has he still has the will. He still has that fire in his eyes, but some of it was taken away from him. He had to sacrifice some of his pride. That's already been done because you saw how defiant he was. He ran away as soon as he could, but then eventually he started thinking. He even admitted it in the second episode that he was going to just try to make the best of the situation and just live out his days like that. But then he had the idea that, okay, this guy, the master, isn't so bad. He's giving me this opportunity to free myself and everything. But I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about that, but it looks like bullshit because they had to clear an entire forest to get that. Yeah, I don't know. Sounds like I mean,
it sounds good on. It sounds good on table, like, oh yeah, you could buy your freedom, but I can't imagine someone who's a slave owner that would just be that quick to release a slave. Because that's a huge investment for them. I can't imagine that. So I mean, is he nice? Sure, he seems nice on the surface, but he could be a dick later on. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But
it's got that.
Too good to be true.
I mean, his son is sleeping with a slave, so couldn't be that bad.
How do you guys feel about the son so far?
I like his character. He's very young and naive to so many things.
Yeah, he's a very naive.
He thinks war is fun, and he's gonna be a warrior in Prince Canute or Canute's army, I should say. Which, by the way, Canute, in there.
He's wet behind the ears, as they say. He views the world a certain way. He doesn't want to, own a farm. He wants to fight because, fighting's great, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, as soon as this boy gets cut, he's going to learn it ain't as cracked up as it used to be. Like, he'll probably try to take it out on one of the slaves. Watch it be Thorfinn, and then Thorfinn goes ham.
I like how like their relationship with Vikings, or I guess you could say in a broader sense, like warriors, work within like Olmar, Einar, and Thorfinn, because Thorfinn was somebody who was actually a warrior who lived that life, who crushed a lot of people's lives. Einar was somebody who was affected by war and it crushed him, and Omar is the person who's outside of it, completely detached from it, but idolizes it because, of course, like people have like their war stories, and I want to be like that too. So it's interesting how they're all involved with it. Like you see different sides and how their lives were affected by it, and are still being affected by it.
I'm gonna call you Liquor Poker. Says hi guys, Happy New Year's.
Hey, liquor
in the front and poker in the rear.
Oh,
Happy
God.
New Year.
What's good, baby?
Kisses.
But yeah, who is the pretty lady in the cart with the farm guy?
Probably the master's daughter or something.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's when it comes, and I've watched a lot of these movies. When it comes to like anything, when it comes to like any kind of slavery thing, it's usually the master's daughter or farmer's daughter or whatever, and then she falls in love, and then shotguns are involved later. That's all. That's all I know.
Shotgun wedding or shotgun beers? Which one?
Oh no, shotgun as in how dare you sleep with my daughter? Don't, Pa, I love him. Don't.
But like Olmar is sleeping with a slave girl, so it's fine. It's okay.
I don't think he would be fine with it.
I don't think so either.
Which that was pretty sad in of itself. The parents basically selling out their
that was
daughter.
So gross. The dad's just like, yeah, get it, girl.
Round
I'm like,
2.
Yeah.
That's what he was excited for round 2. Even the
that's
mother
so
was.
disgusting.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like it's kind of comedic in a sense because of like how it's portrayed, but you really think about it, it's a very sad situation, and it's one that it's not like the parents are necessarily bad for it because they will all benefit from living a better lifestyle, and how can you blame them for wanting more when they're in that situation? But it's just like, damn, this is what they had to resort to.
Right, to do that through your daughter's vagina. That's ugh.
Well, I mean, it almost worked on him. She put in the work. She's like, I don't think you should go, because like it wouldn't be safe. Also,
so please,
I'm naked.
Also, put it to me. Put it to me, baby.
Like, no, I want my fangirl.
Like any other man would not have ran out of that shack. I'm telling you right now. But Olmar, he has potential. He does.
Omar's gonna die.
Really?
I'm gonna cry.
Oh, maybe.
Liquor said, "Are you watching the Geass for season 1?" Yes, we are. And how many episodes a week are we watching? So we're not. It's a set schedule. If you want to know what the next batch of episodes will be, it is 2 to 4 episodes, 2 through 4 that we're watching.
Make a community tab post about this.
Yeah, that could also work.
It's a shame we don't have a community tab.
Oh, wait.
We do. EA.
I said we don't. Wait, we do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
EA.
C said it in the podcast.
When did this happen?
Like the start of the podcast? Oh, when did we get it? Oh.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was like last week.
Wait, so they just give anybody a community a community tab now?
I think they may have changed it to like 200 subs.
I'm gonna fucking cry. I've been trying to... whatever.
Yeah, it feels bad when it's not like an exclusive thing anymore.
You can have a post. You can have a tab.
It's like when Vegeta got mad at Goten and Trunks for being Super Saiyan.
That's exactly what it feels like. You become the great Super Saiyan at 1,000 subs. Now 500. Now 200. You know what? Just fucking have it. Here, take it.
It's a community tab bargain sale.
Well, you should see what it takes to get monetized as a shorts channel.
Is that good or bad?
I mean, let me fire it up. Let me give you the exact numbers, because I don't want to say something too wrong. With shorts, in the last 90 days, you have to have 10 million shorts views.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit.
Last 90 days. Last 3 months.
10 million? In the 90 days? Not even a year?
Well, so I have a I have like people to know about this. So maybe this is the first occurrence of it. People realizing, but I do have a shorts channel that I do post to sometimes, whenever I feel like it. And the first short I ever posted has like 500,000 views. So, like, and like, it's crazy the trajectory of that video. It's just, it just doesn't stop getting views. So
Yeah, it's not. It's possible, but I just think like you would have to put out like a lot. Maybe like, what did you say? It was 90 days.
Yeah, you probably have to put out a short a day.
Yeah.
So, but if you know a lot about shorts, I think you could definitely do that. I think that's very doable.
Yeah.
But if
I mean, because all it takes is like one click for it to count as a view.
Something like that, yeah, I think so. So, like, and for me, like, the first short that I uploaded to Sea Tactics already has almost 2,000 views. So, it's not hard to get views with shorts. It's just getting 10 million. That's gonna be that's a challenge. But I still think it's definitely doable if you're a shorts focused channel. If you're not, because that's what I think the 10 million is made for. It's made for people that are exclusively shorts. But if you're like me, you know, you're doing both, then you're gonna get it through regular videos way quicker. So, and apparently we have 1.5K watch hours. So once we reach 1,000 subs, we don't need to get much more. We need to get about 2.5K.
Hey,
and we'll be monetized.
Everybody make out.
Maybe. Decrepit Storm says, yeah, I think the community tab has actually been there for a while. Fuck my life.
I
also,
cry so fucking hard.
Decrepit Storm also says, I don't think there even is a subs requirement anymore for it because channels with barely any subs also have it.
Where's the window jump out of? Oh, here's one.
Well, I guess now we can say, just get us to 500 subs. Subscribe right now if you haven't already. Like the podcast if you haven't already. Because once we get to 500 subs, we're doing that face cam.
I fell in the hole again.
God damn it, yeah.
I'm sorry, I jumped out of the window and then I fell right into this hole.
Ah, damn it.
Well, any final thoughts on Vinland Saga Season 2?
Farmland Saga, sir?
Sorry, Farmland Saga.
Thank you.
I love Farmland, it's so great.
Who let EA in the hole?
Well, I jumped out of the window into the hole, I'm sorry. And yes, Decrepit Storm, they really did change everything after I got it. Fucking hate it. Like, they're like, EA's got a community tab, everybody gets one now. Fucking YouTube.
Alright, is that it for Vinland Saga?
Yeah,
Someone help me up.
I got you. Yeah, I really like this. It'll be interesting to see you guys' thoughts when everything concludes. I'm also happy too that a lot of people appreciate this arc because it's not the Vinland that people may have gotten into with like the fighting and everything like that. It's not that type of Vinland. Very character centric and
Can't wait to see the complaints.
I mean, people are going to complain, but for what I've seen, the most part, this arc is very beloved. In fact, it's some of people's favorite arc in Vinland. And I'm happy that people don't need like just the fighting to be entertained with Vinland, because that's never what it's always been about.
It's good to hear, I suppose. Well, I guess we've hit the end of the podcast. EA, where is doth thou located?
Well, sir, you can find me over at Everything Animated, my channel, which I have. Let me bring it up. 511 subscribers.
Hell yeah.
I am just rolling in the dough over here. And by dough, I mean... Oh, wait, holy shit, no, I'm at 514 subscribers.
What? Oh my god, we gotta get EA to the 520 for the week.
So
Yes, and also get me to 1,000. And YouTube, I swear to fucking God, if I get to 1,000 subscribers and then everyone else can get monetized...
they'll be like, okay, to get monetized, you just have to have a name. Just write your name at the top of the page.
Just be fucking breathing. Right. Oh, man. My God. But, yeah, you can find me there. I actually have 2 videos planned. One coming out in March. One coming out in May. There are videos that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And I feel like these videos are going to be really good. May not be anime related, but it's like I said, it's something that I feel like I personally want to do. I'm using the TikTok a lot more, which let me go ahead and post that in the chat one last time, because yeah, the TikTok stuff, it's classic clips from our old KOA podcast. The last one I uploaded was the Filolio Screams. that was a good one. Super classic. And I've just been messing with TikTok just to see what works, what doesn't work, and I think I've got it down pretty much pat, which I know what to do. It helps having a 15-year-old son that knows TikTok better than you.
That's also good, yeah.
Yeah. So find me at Everything Animated, my channel. Find me on TikTok, the one I just posted. And
Oh.
No, I don't do Twitch. Sorry. I used to, but who knows? Maybe sometime down the road when you least expect it, I'll pop on and I'll be like, "Hey guys, let's play I don't know, like some fucking game."
The new One Piece game.
Sure, I know nothing about One Piece, but let's play the new One Piece game.
Yeah, if you have patience for it, I would love to see you play Danganronpa.
That seems like such a long game.
It is 25 hours.
Oh my God.
Like I said, you would have to have the patience, because
Yeah.
I would have like 10-hour streams on it, and apparently this third game is even longer.
Oh, it's sweet Jesus.
I'm prepared.
Right. Okay, well, have fun with that. That's where you can find me. Goodbye.
Satsuki,
That's me.
where
Well,
can they find you?
I will tell people, choose. You could subscribe to me on my main channel, Sasuke the Savage, where I barely post, but I do have a big video coming for that channel. Hopefully my most extensive video as far as the length into the script and everything. Or you can follow my gaming channel, which that's the one I'm really trying to push. That's why I just talked about Danganronpa. That's where I'm posting my gameplay for that game in parts, separating it from the setup, the investigation, and the trials. And then I'll have some more stuff as I play more stuff. But if you want to catch those streams when they first appear, you can follow me on my Twitch, which is Satsuki the Savage with a DA, or Satsuki the Savage with a DA. But yeah, right now I'm playing Danganronpa 3, and apparently this one is very controversial. So we're having fun on that, and also apparently I could end up being in 16-hour stream territories.
Whoa.
With those videos, because
whoa, hey, breaking my balls.
Because whenever I play those games, I had to finish the entire chapter. And yeah, apparently the game is very long, but that's enough for me. Follow me on those. Subscribe to me on those. Yeah.
As for me, this week I already put out a Vinland Saga video. It's has a colossal mistake in it. You best bet that is stressing me the fuck out. Wednesday, gonna have a video on Drum Island Part 2. I got a comment from someone, and I've never seen this complaint, so they're the only ones, but I do think it's a good complaint to have, actually, in general. They told me that they feel like splitting the arcs up into parts is not very fun to watch, and they often forget to watch it because, you know, it's like a weekly thing. And Drum Island's going to be 5 parts. Already finished the 5th part for patrons. It's up right now on Patreon feeds. If you're not already a Patreon or a patron, go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/ctactics. Get access to those One Piece videos like way early, 3 weeks early. So what I decided to do is, once Drum Island is finished for free feeds, I'm going to upload an uncut version that combines all the parts into one. So yeah, I think that's going to be like an 1.5-hour video. So fuck me, but we're gonna do it because I think it may be worth it. So Drum Island Part 2, that's coming out this Wednesday, and then Friday I'm gonna have something. I'm trying to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm trying to get back to that old schedule, that old grind. So we're gonna have something on Friday, that's for sure. And I'm excited, can't wait. Get back in the random rigmarole of things. So thanks everybody for watching this episode of the King of Anime podcast. Check the community tab whenever we have time to update it. We're going to be updating you guys on how we're going to be watching Code Geass every week. So that should be a lot of fun. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you next week. See you later.
Good night.
Later.